Hi everyone. So today's video is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. But then there's some fear on me, like whether I'm good enough, like is it going to take too much time? But then personally, I really felt like it's something that's very useful for people that actually use Notion, or even if you don't. So today I'm going to talk about NotionApps. It's actually an extension tool that allows you to create apps using your Notion database. So what you're seeing here right now, today I'm going to show you a counseling app that I built. So I'm not using this now currently because I do own a counseling center with my partner, but then I was kind of thinking about how we should implement this. So this is more like a proof of concept kind of thing that kind of showcase how it works. And then I'm going to also show step-by-step guide on how you can actually build this app. So yeah, if you find it helpful, then leave a like and subscribe. So here you can see we have a very simple app. So when you log in, you can see your own appointment. So you can see my name here, and then a welcome image, and then next appointment, and then meeting URL, and then history appointment. So when was the last time we met? And then if I want to book next session, I can just click it here. So for now, these buttons are not working, so it's more on a demo. And then you can go to homework. So you can actually assign homework to your client. So in this case, if I click inside, right, I kind of see, so this is the homework that I've been provided. This is the instructions on how I can do this thought exercise for CBT. And then even if I images here, just kind of give it. And you can even attach a Google Documents here to kind of allow them to do their homework. So you can provide link, PDFs, anything that is necessary. So, and then next we have resources. So this is something that I'm actually using for my client, is that I share resources for my clients on how, like, any information they can have. So for example here, let me just choose one that I can find. So maybe some of it is still, not sure you can see this though. Maybe not this part. CBT explanations. Okay, maybe this one. So I've been learning about like CBT through this website called Back Institute. So I'm kind of just copying some of the lessons that I learned. Of course, I'm not sharing this with my client for now, but just kind of let you know, like you can click inside and then you can see like the module that I learned, and then lesson 3, like identify coping strategies and assumptions, and then click the videos. So I'm not sure why the video is a bit slow. So I tried before, normally it's okay. Maybe the part in Notion is a bit slower, but you can actually link through YouTube as well. That works. So maybe another one, I realized you can actually put PDF as well, which is kind of cool. I think it should be this one if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am mistaken. EFT technique. No, not this one. Huh. This is when you know like this video is very impromptu. I didn't get like prepared. And then once, maybe common core beliefs though. I think this should be the one. Hopefully. Huh, it's not. But yeah, there's one that I can actually see like a PDF here. I can kind of scroll it, or you can see I even have the PDF here. I can just download this, and then I can read the PDF here, so directly here. So we can go back to the app now. And the last one is forum. So I kind of want to thought about just like having more like a chat features, right, for people to ask questions. But then when it comes to mental health or counseling as well, there's a privacy concern. So for this, when you click the plus button, so this is when you can ask the questions. So hi, I'm feeling anxious. What can I do? For example, and then just save it. And then you can notice that it won't immediately show in the app itself. So it won't show up here. So because we do want to have like a approval process, kind of review the questions and make sure that it's appropriate. For example, maybe someone actually put their names. So you want to make sure that none of this happens. So this is why we have this process. I'm going to show you how we can do it. So all of this is actually linked to Notion, which is when, if you're not used to Notion, so the idea is that this is the front end where the customers will be using it, your clients. And then before we go to Notion, just to kind of show you what's happening here, right? So basically we have all these 4 databases here, or you can imagine like 4 tables. So we have clients database, we have homework database, counseling resources database, and forum database. All of it is linked to the Notion app itself. Okay, now that we're in Notion, you can see that we have 4 databases here. The client database, the homework database, counseling resources, and then forum. So I'll just kind of briefly explain each of the database. So for clients here, we have Thomas, and then the name, so email address, and then the next appointment, and then history appointment. So for now, these are just text that I type in, because for my own system, I actually do have a system that kind of links to client. So every time you book a session using a calendar, you automatically link it. But for today's purpose, it's more like a demo. So I'm not going to show you the complexity of that. For now, it's more like just a text to kind of show proof of concept. So basically, this is 4 columns. And then for homework, so we have clients, name, descriptions, due dates, this is whether they have done or not, and then the images, and then documents if you need, and then an email. So this email is actually a roll-up. So I'll kind of explain why we'll need this email later. But for, just to keep it short, basically we kind of want to need the email to kind of link it so that we make sure that only this client will be able to see this homework because it's their email. And then we have counseling resources. So this is why I showed you earlier. I think just now I clicked basic of CBT. So kind of this one I showed you earlier, like you can see the videos here. Yeah, it's kind of weird why it's not loading. It's not even loading Notion. So I guess it's not the issue of the app itself. But yeah, this is kind of how you can see it. And then this is the forum here. As I mentioned earlier, like you can see this person posted how to keep myself calm when I'm anxious, how to handle anxiety. So this is the one that came just now. And then this is kind of how we can respond to them. And then you can see not started. So basically I just have like a in progress approved. So once it's approved, right, you automatically show up in the app itself. So moving on. So for the clients, let me kind of go deeper for a little bit. So if you go to clients, right, so you can see here, I have a therapy case note. So for all my clients, I do maintain my case notes inside Notion itself. It's just way easier for me. So there's a template that I always use. But for today's purpose, this is just a random text I generated using AI. So just for example. And here, this is where you can see there's a homework here. So you can add new homework for your clients. And then for now, I don't have it, but you can actually do like, just kind of see their due dates and then checkbox just to see whether it's done or not. And then you can assign new homework for them. So for example, I'm not sure, new homework, for example. And then one of the good thing about Notion is that you don't always have to create new homework. Like, for example, in this case, I already created a template here, CBT thought exercise. If you click it, automatically you just become the CBT exercise they have. And then maybe, yeah, this new homework. And then if I go back to Thomas here, you can see it's already here. And then it will be automatically assigned to them. So this is the beauty of Notion. When you have the system, you can always use template to kind of already arrange your homework. And then for this client, maybe there's some specific things you want to change the keywords. So you can just quickly change the updates here. So just remove this, for example, then that's it. That's how you can assign homework. And then next part is for homework. So you can see is that they are linked together from clients to homework. So in this case, you can see that it's actually just a roll up. So for example, the email, right? It's actually a roll up to get the email. And then the relation is actually the client itself. So today's the main focus is not on Notion. So I kind of assume that you already know how to use Notion. That's why you want to use Notion app, right? So I won't be going too in depth on this part, but I will be sharing this template in the description below, so you guys can kind of refer, so they kind of know how to connect it. So yeah, for now, let's go to Notion app. So before I start, maybe just kind of explain a bit more about Notion app itself. I guess they call it Notion apps. So just to clarify, I'm not being sponsored. I actually subscribe like a paid user through the apps because I actually have clients that ask me to build an app for them. That's why I'm using it. I've been learning a lot through that. So here you can see this kind of their pricing. So they have currently, I think they have like lifetime deal access, but what I'm getting is kind of their yearly plan. So I think this is the one. So $199 like per year. So what you get is like you can create unlimited apps, unlimited Notion database. But then one thing to note is just that you only get 5,000 pages. So what it means in Notion itself is that, so each notice line is equal to 1 pages. So you can only have up to 500 for the free plan and then 5,000 for the paid plan. So there is a limit on types of use case you want. For example, if you're actually using like a finance, finance dashboard, things like that, and your invoice like probably have 1,000, 10,000, stuff like that, it's probably not the proper use case. And then for properties unlimited, blocks per page. So this one is something quite new, but it seems like you can have how many blocks, I guess it's like a properties, how many properties you can show. And then visitors is unlimited. You can always have unlimited visitors to go to your app. So what this kind of difference is that your users do not have to log in. In my case, because for my clients, I want them to log in, right? So that's why they are not considered as visitors. And then internals. So internal means that maximum number of internal users who can log into your app, and internal is anyone with an email domain. So this one is when, for example, my company is called Digital Cookie. So my email is actually thomas@digitalcookie.com. So for 2 users, when you're on a free plan, so anyone that's within your same company can log in, and then 10 people from your own company can log in. And then for external users, this is where in my use case will be my counseling clients. So in this case, 100 users able to log in. For external users, for the paid plan, for free is only 2. And then I think for their other plans, like the pro plan, premium plan, you get like 1,000. And then if you use their premium plan, it will be unlimited. And then you can use a custom domain for the paid plan, not the free one. For 1, I guess there's 2 and 3. So that's about it though. The last thing is just kind of remove the label, which is not too important. But just to show you, like, you can do anything you want, basically what I'm showing you today, using the free plan. And you actually find the values you find you can want to scale it more. That's when you can consider using a pro plan or the Plus Pro premium plan. So that's it. I actually don't have any affiliate links, stuff like that. So basically, I'm just doing more like just kind of promote NotionApps since I really like it a lot. And then you actually want a professional like me to help you to build it. So do reach out to me. So without further ado, so now we're in the NotionApps builder. So when you first log into your NotionApps, this is how you look like. So you can see this is the app that I was showing you just now. But today we're gonna start from scratch. So I'm gonna create a new app, and then I'm gonna select my database. So I want to select clients, homework, counseling resources, and then for, and then select build app. So there are a bunch of guides here, so I'm gonna skip all them because I don't read guides and I don't remember it. And then you can see NotionApps already kind of help you to pre-build some of the things that for you, like, it's quite helpful. And then all of them is actually drag and drop. For now, they don't even support any coding. So if you're looking for like CSS, JavaScript, I don't think that's their plan for now. So yeah, first of all, let me just go to all screen. I'm gonna remove all of them because there's too many of them and I'm kind of confused. Kind of move my camera out to the left side so it's easier for you guys to view. How can I delete this again? Oh no, I'm kind of doing a tutorial and I have no idea how to delete the screen. I don't know how to delete you guys. Customize screen, thing here. Okay, there's a delete button here. Let me just kind of delete everything just to start over. All screen again. Customize screen, delete it. I'll blame the developer for the UI. Customize screen and then delete. I guess it makes sense to make it harder to delete. And the next is you go to new screen, just click new screen, and then what type of screen you want, right? And then what database you need. So for now, I just use about me. So basically this is the one that I showed you earlier about like what's your sessions, how is it going. And then I'm going to use view one item. But before that, let me kind of explain each of them. So update items means that show list of items from about me on the screen to view and update their properties. Means that the users will be able to update their database here. And then add new items means that they will be able to add new items. So if we just select update items, means they cannot add new. They can only change it. Add a new item means that they can actually update and change. View items means that they can only view. So normally like list of database, right? They can view a lot of things. So in our case, we want to have view one item because for profile about me in this case, right? Is they only need to see one. So there's some like a special like kind of differentiation. Let me kind of show you. So if I select one item, right? So you can see exactly what I showed you earlier in the videos. Almost exactly, I guess. There's a one video here, so kind of remove it. But let me kind of show you another one just for example, like learning. So if I select view one item, right? So you can see the view will be very, very different because the idea is that there will be a list of things people want to view. So this is something not that we want. So we can remove this one. And then there we have this. So you can just rename this. So there's untitled here. You can just do like about me. Or maybe do like profile. That's fine as well. And then you can see there are a bunch of things here. I don't want them to see all this, right? Like emails, there's no need for them to see their own emails. And then homework, this is the map. So I can kind of remove them. So first of all, like this is on the right side here. So this is where you can kind of arrange things. So view name is basically this one. So I guess I want them to see the name. Maybe at the bottom. So after the image. And then next appointment, I want it. Email, I don't want. So I can just delete it. History appointment is okay. And then homework, I can delete this. I don't think I need this for this demo. And then, yeah, I think this is about it. And then maybe you want to have like a divider, right? So to kind of separate them. So you can actually be plus and then divider. No, where's divider? Oh, it's down here. Divider. And then you can just move around here in between them. So it kind of look like gaps. So I'm not sure if it's necessary, but I guess it kind of looks okay. And then for the name itself, I'm not sure whether I want it with heading though. Maybe heading is fine. But if it's heading, then it probably looks better at the top then. That's interesting why it kind of shows this both. Did I select a wrong one? So view image, photo viewer, text appointments. Maybe I don't even need, actually I don't need the image. And then, oh, you can actually put subheading. I think it's something quite new, interesting. But for now, maybe I don't want it. And then kind of remove this one as well. Oh, but I guess I don't want the image. So the image, I want it to be select image here. And that's it. Okay, that looks much better. So basically I have the names, the image, and then next appointment and history. So that's it. That's the profile. And next we want the next screen, right? So just add next screen or new screen. And then we'll select the next database. So in this case, I want to select counseling resources. Oh, I think I forgot to connect to homework. Let me do homework first. So you can go back to database here. And then I select homework. Just waiting for it to load. Okay, just click it. Updating database link. All right. And then go back to screen. And then just new screen. And then, so this time we want to select homework, right? And then for homework, because there's a list of things we want to show them. In our case, I don't want them to update anything. Maybe I could let them do the checkbox. Maybe that's okay. So I can allow them to update items. So that's fine. So click this and then done. So here you can see there are a bunch of homeworks here. So in our use case, because I'm more like a developer when creating the apps, so I can see all this. But when they like sign in, right, they only be able to see their own homework. So in this case, this is the homework display. So let me kind of do view type list. You can kind of select what type of view you want, grid or list. So I think I prefer grid, it looks better. And then I like to have the image shown. So you can put, I think they have image, right? Files and media. I'm not sure why is it using the old name though. That's interesting. Maybe something. I think there's like a cache to the browser. It kind of reflect back to the developer. But it's looking a bit too big though. Maybe the list is okay. I think this is okay like this. That's fine. And then maybe you have the due dates. Don't have to show the checkbox. That's fine. So yeah, I think this looks fairly simple and fairly nice. So this is when you can kind of name the app screen as well. You can name it homework. And then you can click inside. So this is where you show like what other things you want to show them, right? So in our case, there are tons of things there. Kind of just delete them. It's too many things, I guess. Just delete everything. Okay. And then plus, maybe you want to show the name, right? Update name. So this is where there's a difference, whether you want them to be able to update. So for example, name, I don't want it to change it, right? So I just select view. So they can view the name. So select view name. So this is where they'll be able to view the name. So similarly, like for view name earlier. So I think this is the heading. So I can kind of select what I want them to see, right? So I don't want them to see the checkbox. I don't want them to see this one. Maybe I don't want to see the file as well. And do I want them to see the description though? Nah, I think that's it. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see. Maybe the image styles can select square. That's too big. I guess it's good enough. Okay, this is the heading, the name. And then next I want them to see the content itself. So same, I want them to view, right? So I want them to view page blocks. So basically this is the content. You can see this is where you can see the content itself. And then the last thing is I wanted to update is the checkbox. So this is something that once they're done, I want them to just check it, right? So I'm not too sure whether I want to put it at the bottom actually. Maybe I put it at the top, I guess. Makes more sense. Probably. Maybe not at the top, I guess. Maybe here. Okay, so another thing about it is very good for Notion apps that you can actually change the name of the property itself. So it doesn't change in Notion. So completed, like take if completed, for example. I'm not sure what's the best word to use for now. And yeah, so basically the idea is that they can go in the result, they can click it once they're done and they can save it. So this will notify the counselor as well that it's been completed. And then this will be homework or exercise, I guess. Alright, so this is the exercise view. And then that's it. So that's the second view we have. So maybe before we go further, you can you look at the bottom here. So it's not that looking the best icons. We can kind of change the icon as well. So you can go to all screen and then customize screen. No, I don't think it's here. Here, how do I go back again? This doesn't seem like a back button. All screen. So there's an icon here, navigation icon. So I want it to be like a person, right? So about me. And then for homework as well, I want it to be maybe like a book or something. Let me see. Is there a book? I don't see a book though. Which one do you think it looks like homework? Maybe this one, paper. Okay. Then we want to have new screen now. Let's go to new screen and then add item. So the third thing we want to show is resources. So counseling resources. And this time we strictly want them to view only. We don't want them to change anything. So just click view item and done. This is where they can see all the resources here. And in this case, let me kind of change the icon first. Just easier, I guess. Maybe just this one is fine. Maybe a box. Yes, box looks like resources. So maybe I can do just that resource or S would be better. Okay, and then customize screen. Now that we're inside the screen itself. So we kind of show, do you want to show the name though? So descriptions, cap, image. I guess they don't have the image, right? Files, we don't need the files. And then maybe instead of list, do we want to be here? Or there's another view like view less data. But I guess it's very tight. Can do like grid 2. That's possible. I think this looks okay. Maybe like this. I think it's fine. So we can add image as well. But for this case, we don't have image, so we just do it like this. And then there's some things that we can do, like for example, allow them to add new data. So definitely we don't want. We allow them to search. That's okay. Open item on click. So if they click it, then they open it. They can see inside. So I think if you remove it, you can actually stop them from opening. So that's possible as well. And then there's also filtering. So I won't be using on this page, but then I'll kind of show you the last one that we do. So here we can just do our resources, just name it. And then here we don't have to name it, I guess, it's fine. And here we can kind of adjust things you want, but for now, just leave it as is. So, or maybe I can just do use page block. So that's it. So that's the resources part. And then last screen you want to add is Q&A. So I was calling this as a forum, right? So here we want to allow them to add new items. So I'm not sure should allow them to update items though. Maybe items for themselves they can update. That'd be very complicated though. I guess just add new items then. So here, so like a post a question, or maybe submit a question. And then what I want them to do is, I don't want to put their name. Actually, I don't even know why there's a name property here. I don't want this one either. I don't want status. So basically what I want them to provide is just a question. I'm curious why the database is actually not being updated. Let me just kind of reload it. Because I did change the name of the database. I think NotionApps is probably using like a cache thing, so it's not being updated. So let me kind of do this. So status reply name. I guess it's a bug that I can kind of reflect to them. So it's still quite a new system, but they have been improving a lot. So I really like it. So for now, let's just pretend the name is the questions, right? I think maybe it is. I probably forgot to change the name. And then just do this instead of like a question. And then want to change the text into paragraph so they can write longer. And then maybe kind of like a helpful thing like, please do not provide your name. And then make sure it's required to submit. And that's it. So last thing is we have to go back to the question itself. That's interesting though. Is this the first page though? No, right? How do I go back to the previous page then? Button floating. I guess fix at bottom is good. And then maybe we can change this to submit. Automatically set properties when values when the data is saved. So this is something new, like if you're familiar with like Notion database automation, right? So this is something I haven't actually tried myself. So it's something quite new that they released. But for now, I'll skip through that. And then customize screen. I'm actually curious why is it looking like this though. I guess this is fine as well. So test, submit. I was hoping that I can see the forum link. I think I understand now. So basically, if you add new items, it's basically, it will only show like this. So it's kind of like a form. It makes sense to me now. Okay, so instead of add new item, actually you kind of want to have not add new item. So new screen, you want update items, and then select forum. Okay, this seems more like it. So forum, maybe kind of change the icon. Not sure if I can change it here. So list is fine, and then view list data maybe, and then we don't want to show the status, so they don't have to know this. They only need to see the name, which is, in this case is the questions, and then this is where you have a filter. So filter here, and then we make sure the status equals to proof. That should do it, hopefully. Okay, so I can see that they can see true of this only. So this is a filter that, unlike Notion's, like they cannot change it. So it's actually done by the app itself. There's no way they can be able to see other data. And then so we allow them to add new data. So yeah, this is what I would want. And then click this one, and then so submit the question, and then delete reply, delete status, change the name to question, then paragraph, and then just tell them, please do not provide your real name or your name. And then it's required. And I think that's it. So last thing is all screen. And then I think forum is here. I can change this one to maybe a top icon. And there you have it. So that's the app that we built within, like, I don't know, 15 minutes. That's fast. Like, of course, this some things that we can make it better, like update it, but this is how you can do it. And then last thing, you just click publish, and then click yes, publish, and then I'll share this app. So let me just load the app, and then there's this app here. So you can see homework, thought exercise, forum, and then basically that's it. You can share to anyone, and then they will be able to log in. That's one last thing that I forgot to mention before we end this video, is that you need to actually connect to the email users. So in this case, you have this thing called make app private. So in this case, now our app is actually, everyone can go in and everyone can use it. So you need to select the user database. So in my case, client is my user database, login code with email. So I need them to log in with email, and then to select the email address property. So in this case, this is where I select the email property, and then username property. So this just username, and then confirm. Okay, last thing, forgot to publish it. And then we go back to the app now. So you can see that I'm required to log in. So in this case, I'll just type in my email. Let me just close this dashland, and then they'll ask me to get a login code. So this, I'll be able to get it from my email. And then this is login code, and then go back here, paste it, log in. And there we have it. So this is how you can actually build an app using NotionApps. So yeah, it's kind of long videos, and I plan to do more, but kind of let me know like whether this is helpful for you or not. Like, would you be interested to have more? Or yeah, that's about it though. Thank you. Have a nice day.